Welcome to Beyond the Press Release, a production of Gore Column in which we take the time to speak with small cap executives after they put out important news. With us today, happy to have them back because they keep putting out great news. Both Jason Williams and Eldad Ben-Torah, co-CEOs of Kidoz Inc., trades in Canada under KIDZ. For our friends in the US, KDOZF. For those new to the story, you're going to love this because they've got all the success and third-party validation you need. They own the biggest mobile advertising platform for kids and families. How big? There are more than 4,000 apps around the world using Kidoz right now, reaching over 300 million kids. Some of the top brands are working with: Disney, McDonald's, Hasbro, Lego, you name it. Revenue, because that's the most important part. That's translated to financial success. Here's the annual revenue since 2017, 1.9 million, then 3 million, 4.5 million. Last year, 7.1 million. And this year, for the first 3 quarters, they've pretty much mapped a match all of last year. So Q4, which is always their biggest quarter, and it's supposed to be a record quarter this year, is just going to blow up the year for them. Their network growth is unbelievable. 345 million monetized impressions in Q3 and all sorts of other data. Guys, welcome back to the show.
Thank you, George.
Thank you, George. Yeah, good to be here.
Hey, before we get into the press release about this new programmatic solution, let me just ask you, because there are always new people watching, is mobile just an unstoppable advertising channel and trend? And is it safe to say that Kidoz is a global leader, if not the global leader for this specific space?
Yeah, I think, we could fill the 30-minute spot talking about the power of mobile and the power of mobile advertising, and just, we've written and lived it for so long. It's ubiquitous now. These devices are glued to every human across the entire world. We live and breathe on our mobile phones, and that's just the way it is. And so they're not going away. You're going to be sleeping next to your phone for another 10 years, and our advertising is going to be quite close to you as well. So that's just the way it is.
Kids have abandoned TV, right? They're getting all their ads on games and videos on mobile, correct?
Correct. And if they do watch TV, they are watching ad-free streaming services like Netflix, Hulu, Disney. So the only chance of advertisers to really engage with their audience is through mobile games. This is what we do.
How's Q4 shaping up, guys? We've talked about in the past that, and new investors should know, Q4 is traditionally your biggest quarter because it's back to school, kind of bleeds into that, even though it's end of Q3, Halloween, Thanksgiving, and obviously Christmas, Hanukkah, and all the holidays. Is this going to be, because I'm going to quote, Kidoz is perfect position in a booming market and management anticipates a record Q4?
Yeah. I mean, it's, even heading in Q3, we were looking at our Q4 target and we were like, wow, that's a big number. And now here we are almost, 70 days into Q4. And we're not afraid of that number anymore. And we're pretty excited with everything that we've done, and the deals they keep rolling in, and all the partners are excited. It's been really, really strong. I don't know what Eldad would like to add, but it's been great.
Eldad, you see
same thing
before that's really surprising you, or it should make shareholders really happy?
Sorry, what was the question? I missed it.
That was for Eldad. I was gonna say, are you seeing anything in Q4 that should make shareholders really happy?
I think that they should, and traditionally, indeed, Q4 is our strongest, and this one is expected to be the strongest ever.
Yeah, I think the growth with teens and parents segment has been really nice too. Like, we only officially launched into that segment, I think in mid Q3, but now we're seeing regular flow of deals for teen and parent segments, because, our technology is fantastic. The delivery is fantastic. The service is fantastic. And these international sellers globally, they're after moms, dads, parents, and of course kids, and it's just a very easy extension for them to talk to the agencies that are representing so many different brands.
So in addition to that, and if we ended the interview right there, it would be perfect, right? Because the existing platform, the existing business is just knocking out of the park. You're setting records, Q4 is going to be a record. The year is going to be a record. So the numbers speak for itself. That's
Right.
not just us giving our opinion. But now, on top of that, you're introducing Kidoz Connect. It's a programmatic advertising solution. So before even we get into the details of that, what is Kidoz Connect? How's that different?
Sure.
And how's that make you got your business better, or augment your business from what you're doing right now?
So what I'll just talk about the product a little bit, and then Eldad can kind of give a bit of summary about programmatic in general. But Kidoz Connect is a programmatic solution. And really what we're talking about here is that when ads are sold with a sales rep to an agency, that's what we'll call a direct deal. But when ads are sourced programmatically, it's computers fishing for deals on an open exchange of other computers posting deals on an open exchange. And so this is a programmatic technology, and it's huge, but it's tricky, particularly when you're dealing with sensitive inventory like Kidoz works with. And so what we've done is we've built special tools that source ads and campaigns at the huge scale from the open market, but all with our safe review technology, and everything is monitored. And so nothing gets through that isn't super clean. And so we're basically filtering the open market programmatically and then pushing that out to our network and filling millions more of impressions that we were unable to fill before this technology was launched.
Yeah, I noticed a quote, Eldad. It says, I'm paraphrasing, to the available unsold impressions on the Kidoz network, because nobody has 100% occupancy, right? Even if you're the best hotel in New York City and you're doing all the best marketing, you can't just get to 100% occupancy. So that's why I think a lot of hotels, we kind of see this model in the hotel space, right? You go, you punch up, I'm going to New York, and you find rooms that are still available and you get a little better deal on them. Is that essentially how this is working on the programmatic side? That even though you guys do a fantastic job, you're setting records on selling your ad space, you do have unsold impressions, and you're just gonna let the machines kind of fill it?
Exactly, and maybe to put some numbers into the discussion, programmatic, it's a sophisticated word, but in general, today, 72% of the market is working programmatically, meaning that Kidoz, until today, we were able to reach only 28% of the total budget of advertising in general. This opens up 100% of all budgets. Again, most advertising today, this is the main form of advertising. It's not something sophisticated. This is the norm today. So we've tapped into the norm of advertising. It is reaching the kids space relatively late because advertisers in the kids space were afraid to use those programmatic systems because they used to rely on a lot of data. But what we did, we were able to create a solution that allows us to tap into this norm, this space, without revealing our user, without compromising our user data. So this is the magic that we created, allowing us to tap into the open market, the pool of infinite campaigns, but without compromising user data, meaning that Kidoz can work with brands that are used to work programmatically and scale and spend a lot of budgets, but they need to know that their ads are running safely within our network. So this is the news happening with us, and it opens only in the US alone. Programmatic advertising is worth $150 billion a year. And again, this is the way it goes. So we had to tap into the new space.
And I'm glad you brought up why you guys are late to the game, because you might have people watching at home saying, programmatic advertising. Well, Agoracom could have put programmatic advertising on their site 4 years ago. Sure. Why, if Kidoz is so great, why are they so late to the party? But the fact of the matter is, Agoracom doesn't have to worry as much about the kind of privacy issues you have around kids, the kind of safety you have to have around kids. So you can't just, Agoracom can throw in a programmatic, can have Google ads running ads and filling our space. And if there's an ad that's we're not too crazy, we're okay because it's mostly adults. And if they see something, we'll take it down. But with kids, it's a whole different ball game.
Exactly.
So now that you've got that problem solved, guys, I'm not sure if you guys are able to reveal this or not, or talk about it, but what percentage of your impressions were unsold up until this time? and how much do you expect to be filled now as a result of having a programmatic solution that, you know, protects privacy and safety at the same time?
So until, like, if we're looking at our direct deals, they were filling about 12% of our inventory, meaning that once we tap into programmatic, we could, you know, triple or even X 5 times our potential fill rate just by working with those, you know, programmatic campaigns. But still, we want to be preservative. We want to make sure that every campaign that we manually approve still, you know, we're not flooding the system. So we'll still be very careful. It just opens up tons of opportunities for us, but I don't think we're reaching 100% fill rate. I think that reaching the 60-70% fill rate, which is again 2-3 times above where we are today, this is a good goal.
Programmatic, devil's advocate, programmatic advertising, Jason, also comes with a lower CPM rate, which is a lower price because you're dealing on mass computers to computers. You know, devil's advocate, any chance that could cannibalize your direct sales business? You know, where someone says, if a Agoracom's advertising on the Kidoz network and I'm paying, you know, $5, I'm just throwing a number out there for argument's sake, $5 for CPM. I say, well, maybe I don't have to go direct with the guys anymore. I'll just go through the programmatic platform.
It's a good question. And really the answer is no. I mean, yes, we sell, you know, 12% direct, but actually a lot of that, or a huge chunk, is in US, UK, Western Europe, where the premium kind of prices are and the premium ads are and the premium brands are really spending that good chunk of money. And so our inventory there is not really available so much for these brands on a programmatic level. So it can't cannibalize because we would never really allow that to happen. Really, the big areas for fill is in Latin America, Southeast Asia, and many other parts of Europe, and also during different times and seasonalities when there's just less demand. And so we're really sourcing different types of deals, and also mobile app deals who are looking for installs, and other large internet players who are running with some money. And so we can fill inventory with things that usually we don't get a look at a direct level.
Has Kidoz Connect launched, Eldad? If so, have you got back any response or any feedback from, you know, customers, and what kind of, because I'm quoting your press release, we look forward to welcoming many new and existing customers to this new offering. So is it too early to tell, you know, to get any kind of idea how successful it might be?
It is relatively early, but what we're seeing is that the amount of potential campaigns is now extremely bigger. And we don't necessarily need to even to hear from our advertisers, because they don't need to necessarily sign a contract with us. This is the beauty of programmatic, right? We decide that this campaign is relevant for us. We mark it as okay and as whitelisted, and then we can run it. So we don't need to hear from them whether they're happy or not. We just want to see that they're increasing their spend with us, and they see our app relevant for them. And this is what we're seeing. We are seeing a huge spike already coming from programmatic. So we do think that this is a valid path for us.
Yeah. It's early, but there's
is there a ramp up, Jason? Is there a ramp up here where maybe you guys are, even though it's programmatic, you're still not opening the fire hose fully, and you're just kind of slowly opening the tap, make sure you guys kind of ramp up?
So what we've started with is certain regions testing the system, testing the deal flow, testing the review process. We know we have to layer on our own procedures and processes to make sure it's really tight, testing the reporting. And, you know, we are seeing some good scale come in, and that will continue to grow as we open more regions. But also there's a period of scale up that happens as we sign on new partners. So we have X partners who are signed today, but there are many more, dozens, if not 100 interesting partners that are globally working in this area. And so as we, you know, invest more in our business development and bring those deals to the table and connect more and more sources, we'll see this scale over months and years. Really, it's a long project, and it's got a huge amount of runway.
If all goes well, guys, when do you expect obviously growth is going to take place forever. We know that part. But if all goes well, when does Kidoz Connect have the tap fully open? You know, how long will it take you to kind of work your way towards that?
That's a good question. I think in Q1 we'll be seeing quite some good numbers from it, and then we're just going to have to see how much sticks and how much it grows and what the new partners start to kind of level up those numbers are. But certainly, you know, we're looking at the first half of 2022 to have some good impact in this product.
And that's a good time, Eldad, to be kind of ramping up, because Q4 is obviously your the busiest seasonality, your busiest time. So ramping up in Q1 and Q2 is a good time to be doing it, because they're slightly slower months. I mean, they're not slow, but they're slower compared to Q3 and Q4, right?
It's true. It's finding great fill solutions that will fill out empty slots. This is perfect for in terms of timing. And you know, back to the point, we will always prioritize higher our direct campaigns. So only on direct campaigns, our advertisers, we can commit on media, show them exactly where they will their campaign will appear, while programmatic, sometimes they tend to be more flexible in terms of where do they appear. So I think that I don't see any reason why this should cannibalize our current market, because there are always customers looking for the premium and customers looking for to find a cheaper and scalable solution. So it would be like 2 tiers of services.
Gentlemen, it's like you said, we're 70 days into the quarter, so we're essentially December 10th. We're coming into the end of the calendar year, end of investor season for a while, right? As investors start to wean off and enjoy the holidays. So what I'd like from both of you is just a quick recap of the year in terms of not all the events, but how happy are you guys, how this year went? What's your message to shareholders in terms of, you know, how they should be feeling about the company's success this year?
Sure. Eldad, do you want to go first?
I don't know if we're allowed to say, but I say hold on to your stocks.
No, you're allowed to say that. You're actually allowed to say that. You can't say go buy. And if you did, no one's gonna give you a problem. But
yeah,
a good message there.
I think, you know, if I look back to starting 2021, we'd come off a great Q4. I think we'd just maybe done just over 3 million or something in Q4 last year. And we thought, you know, we were riding high and this is great. And we looked at the projects on the table and we pushed forward on them all. And we've been just surprised month after month that, you know, this strategy has just got so much potential. And the whole market is moving towards private focused contextual advertising. And that's where we're experts. And it takes a lot of time and processes to dig through this content and really deliver it in a way that adds a lot of value to all the clients that we're working with. And it's just month after month, we're seeing more and more traction and more happy campaigns that are coming back. And, you know, here we are now 12 months later, and it just, the numbers are fantastic. And Eldad and I are thrilled, and, you know, we've got a great team to thank, and we couldn't be happier, really.
Yeah, and just to remind people at home, the kind of growth, Q1 this year, he did 1.55 million revenue. That was up 58% over the year before. Q2, I'm rounding, $2.2 million in revenue, up 196% versus Q2 the year before. Q3, 2.8 million, up 47% against Q3 last year. So I have no idea. We can't say that, I can't say, I don't even know that you're going to repeat any of that growth. Maybe you're going to have a pullback in Q4. I doubt it. But the fact of the matter is there's a great pattern there of growth in every quarter compared to the quarter last year. So I think,
and there's nothing that we see in the market or this team or this technology that is going to slow that growth. We're looking to do more at all times.
Yeah, and the market is moving in your direction, right, guys? Because the Facebook the Facebook debacle kind of kicked off the data protection, privacy protection, and shifting business models, which is where you guys were at already.
Yeah.
So the market's coming to you, correct?
The whole market is starting to care about the things that are fundamentals. They start to care about what's basic for us. It's becoming the new norm for them. So I think this definitely
a great place to be
in a very attractive place.
Well, gentlemen, congratulations on yet another great milestone. I love the fact that you guys have added on programmatic. to fill all that unused inventory and outside of the primary markets. But more impressive, you're able to do it while at the same time sticking to those core values that make Kidoz so successful, protecting the privacy and identity of user kids and families, and at the same time making sure the ads, even though it's programmatic, come through safe and protect both the network, the brands, and the customers. I think that's genius. Can't wait to see the Q4 numbers when they come out. But until then, gents, have a fantastic day.
Thank you, George. Great.
Happy holidays, everyone, and
happy holidays.
You'll be the first one we'll talk to. No worries.
Thank you all, Dad. And by the way, happy belated Hanukkah to you as well.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
To everybody at home, you've been watching or you've been listening by podcast on Spotify, Google, Apple, your favorite podcast platform. To both Jason Williams and Eldad Bentora, they're co-CEOs at Kidoz Inc., trades in Canada under KIDZ. You got to love that stock symbol. And for our friends in the US, KDOZF. For those new to the story and you want to start your due diligence, 2 ways to do that. Get to Agoracom, get the company's profile page, because we know this is a business that's new to a lot of investors out there. So we got a great 1,000-foot overview summary of the company, its different lines of business and how it's succeeding. Then once you're comfortable and you understand that, you can do your deep dive due diligence by hopping right over to the Kidoz website. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day. See you next time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey guys, this video is over, but don't forget to help your company by liking it and then leaving a comment below. And then don't forget to help yourself by subscribing to our channel so you don't ever miss another great Agoracom small cap video.